Hey guys, welcome to Cars and Health Bars. On today's episode, we're going to be talking about some blue collar, helping out blue collar. And on the other end, on gaming, we will be doing a Halo tier list featuring Logan. Let's get right into it. Hey guys, I wanted to throw a little bit of a disclaimer. So the first half of this video is, the whole podcast is going to be a video podcast, but the first half is just going to be our logo because we are doing the video podcast on the other end. So if you want to, just tune in to the other half of the episode if you just want to see the video tier list of us doing the Halo. With that being said, let's get right into it. So Jordan, it's no mystery that us, I would say, blue collar people kind of help each other out. We haven't been on the opposite end of the spectrum, but just from the outside looking in, it feels like us blue collar and skilled tradesmen like help each other out with like side stuff more than, like white collar guys and different groups of people, I would say.
Yeah, I agree.
I kind of wanted to make that today's topic, just for, personal stories that we have. I have a super recent one, but just like ways that, probably not allowed necessarily by the company standards, but just coworkers helping coworkers on the side. Company don't understand, but we need reliable transportation. If I got to come in and weld something together,
torch out on some shit sometimes.
Yeah, I was gonna tell the story. I don't even know if I told you on the side or not, but here recently, I just like this year with lawnmowers for me has just been like terrible. It's just like,
oh, mine too.
The dumbest stuff has been happening. Like, basically the transmission of my lawnmower, my like nice lawnmower went out, and like it's probably not even going to be worth fixing because of how expensive they are. But I got my parents' original zero turn from 2004 passed down to me to kind of use until we figure out what we're doing with that. And man, I was just minding my own business, and then it's like just starts like flomping like it's got a flat tire. I'm like not even like a flat tire. Like I'm talking like a flat tire. It's been sitting for a few months. Like it's got a flat spot on it. I'm like, okay. Yeah. So I look over, and the dang wheel is like trying to come off the studs, which you knew all that. But just to give a little bit of background to the viewers, like it just worked its way. I guess lugs were loose. I don't know. I'd never checked that kind of stuff. Shame on me. But they worked themselves loose and stripped the studs. So you know what that meant? Had to pull that hub off, push them studs out, push new studs in. Well, that sounds easy enough, right? I got at work, I got access to hydraulic presses. If I didn't, then I could take it over to y'all's shop. Y'all got a press. Well, I was in the process of pressing it in, and they were going in pretty easy. I used a little tap magic. It was sliding on in there. And the first one, admittedly, I was kind of tapping with a hammer. I wasn't beating on it, but I was tapping it in. And it got almost seated fully. And on that hub, how it's kind of got the, I don't know how other hubs are, but for my lawnmower, it kind of comes out where the studs go out, to incorporate that, circular strength that the stud is in the middle of. So half of the surface that the stud goes into just snaps off from the pressure. I'm like, oh my God. So I was like, you know what? It might get me through a cut or two with just 3 lugs on. I was like, all right, I got to get one more in. What do you know? It happens to the next one too, but it was fully seated, and I'm like, all right. So I turn around to walk off, and then sure enough, it just clink, broke in two. So that's where working around some welders has its advantages. We had and that hub is actually made out of cast iron, which we do not necessarily have the right rod to weld cast iron. But like I was saying, coworkers helping coworkers, dude. They were like, you know what? It ain't right, but we're gonna make it work. Welded that thing on up and cut my grass, and it ain't giving me no trouble since.
Yes, sir. That's like a King of the Hill episode or something right there.
Pretty much. I didn't know, I know for sure you've got to have some stories working in the automotive industry, having to like work on your own stuff, like.
I mean, for sure, I've definitely partaked in some after hour shenanigans, especially at Ford. I can think of a few times. I remember Nolan had his Subaru engine. We pulled it and he went and built it. But I think it was a downpipe, or maybe one of the crossfit bolts was stripped or something, and we just like could not get to it hardly. So we just got the oxyacetylene torch out, dog,
Ha!
and we let the sparks fly. I started
Golly.
grinding all that sucker. We just cut it up. And it ended up messing up something else because he cut too deep or something.
Sheesh. That's awesome though, man. I don't know. It's just like it makes life so much easier whenever you can fix something at work because it's like you're already there. You already got to be there. You ain't got to go out of your way to do anything, and it's just.
Yeah, I mean, no one had never built an engine before, so.
Oh wow! So he really had it good then.
Yeah.
That would have been a nightmare
At
trying
least
to
from
do
what
by
I know.
himself.
I know he was a tech, but I don't think he ever was like an engine tech or nothing.
Yeah. I know for sure. Just being around, just having access to like that kind of equipment and machinery, and like you said, the acetylene torch. It's just like if you had to do that on your own, I mean, that's a lot of money just having to buy something like for that press. I probably won't ever use a press.
Yeah.
I'll probably use a press again, but like just so far and few between, it just don't justify buying one.
Yeah. Well, luckily they're not like too expensive too.
Right, but I mean something like I already had it, but using my lathe to fix that part for you guys, that hub or whatever it was,
Yeah.
that lathes aren't cheap either. That's something. Luckily, I did have on
Oh
my
yeah,
own.
those are speed.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I understand, white collar guys, they probably, I'm guessing salaries vary and all that stuff. It's just, there's just something so pure about, a low paid blue collar guy just helping out. It's just like half of that stuff, like you said, we can't afford to go out and buy something like that, a piece of machinery to do one job. It's something so genuine. It just reminds me that song, that Oliver Anthony came out with. It's just
I know who
like,
your friends are.
yeah, it's just like people helping people, man. There's just something so genuine about, the people in our area, the people in our trades, it's, and it even goes so far, of course it's not work related, but, Jacob helping us out with HVAC, it's just like being, it's just so cool. We kind of just lucked out with our friend group that it's like each one of us does a different trade, and it's just like if any homies in need, there's probably one of us that are skilled in that trade or at least know enough about it to get you by.
We're like king of the hill, man. I'm serious.
Pretty much. We just need somebody to be an exterminator, and we got it. Maybe that's what Gunner can go do.
Instead of Boomhauer, I'm Wavy James, dog.
Yeah. I mean, half the time, especially whenever you get like on Haney level of discussion, you might as well just be rattling off like Boomhauer because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Man, they go boom, man, and compression none.
That's what Haney's like. He just starts going off on some like super critical, like you're out of tolerance of a LT1 on the piston ring. I'm like, Haney, I don't know what you're talking about, but yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's pretty much how I would react. Haney just starts talking about something that I have no idea. I'm like, yep.
Nah, I'll be like, I don't know about that, or like, I ain't gonna lie about it.
Yeah, it's like I want to understand, but I can't. It's too much knowledge.
He is the king of helping people out, though, dude. He does all the side jobs. You don't talk about a mechanic today. He's rebuilding the Camaro right now.
He's like one of those old Haynes books or Hayes books, but with like LS and LT engines.
But pretty much.
I mean,
he's got all that knowledge stored.
Yes, well, not even just with engines, just like he knows a lot about like the Vets and the Camaros, which he's worked around for a long time.
He knows about anything, dude. It don't matter brand.
I don't understand.
He's smart about the equipment, not the make.
He's like
general technology.
So much knowledge is stored in Haney's brain. I just don't understand.
He's a robot.
He might as well be. I just. I don't know. It just like it happens so much in my work environment with working around machinery because it's like we got the welders and machines, so it's like if we can't weld it, then we'll just make a new one. And it's just like I just know for a fact like our old manager, he worked on a farm, and you break stuff all the time on a farm. Stuff's like getting worked to death on a farm, dude. He'd bring like crazy stuff in and have us like machine it. And he'd be like, hey, this is like $800 brand new. Why don't you just like mill a couple thou off of it and call it good, and I won't have to buy a new one. Be like, I got you, give me that.
Yes, sir.
I know even like back on the night shift days, my boss, he would do kind of the same thing that you did at the dairy barn. He'd like, I remember he made something really cool for his wife one night. It was like kind of like a jewelry box almost, but he made it out of like
Oh yeah.
thin plating. It was super dope. That is really the advantage too of working in a skilled trade, especially in like my setting and a factory setting, and even with your setting. If we're kind of caught up on our work and don't really have much to do, the owners want to see you learn new stuff. So that's where I can take time to go weld. It benefits me and the company. The company gets to use me as a welder, and
exactly right.
I can also carry that on under my belt that I've welded before.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely a good skill to have. I think you know, I don't know if you're. It kind of like carries over a lot of trades. It all carries over in a lot of people's lives because all just like I would say the country is lower income, so we're like lower income area.
Yeah.
We typically don't hire people to do stuff. We try and do it ourselves. So
Absolutely.
a lot of people around here just know a little bit about everything.
Yeah, especially these like older guys, like my stepdad, dude. It just blows my mind what all he knows. He's like plumber, framer. He
Yeah,
like just
that's
does
my
it all.
dad.
Yeah, your dad's the same way. He just does a little bit of everything. That kind of carries on to our generation. I'm like I used to hate working with wood, and I'm still not a big fan. But I've been having to build this chicken coop the last like month off and on, and it's just like just something I'm picking up is having to learn how to work with wood a little bit better. Like you said, it's like, should I pay, somebody to come out and build it? It cost me, $1,000.
I think it's good to learn skills too. It's a good habit.
Yeah, I
You always
mean,
learn them.
God,
It's good in life to be like that.
I mean that too, but God forbid it hits the fan, and like that's, you want to talk about wanting to keep somebody around, somebody that can do a little bit of everything. That's somebody to have around.
Yeah. Johnny know it all.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's like, all right, we got to evac. Who are we leaving behind?
That's Haney, dude.
Yeah, Haney be like,
Matt said the first person he's getting in the apocalypse is Haney.
Haney be like, he'd have like a Mad Max like 3rd-gen Camaro built.
Nah, it'd be his S10 dog.
Oh yeah,
Just gonna keep the S10.
he'd be making
That's how
boost
it
in the
is.
apocalypse, bro. That's wild. That's on another level.
His truck cracks me up.
Dude, it's so crazy. Even like that S10 I sent you, like I was like, I don't know why you would boost 2.5, but I'm kind of here for it. It was clean. I'm guessing, if I had to take a guess, it'd be an S10. I'm guessing it might have been homie's first truck, and that's why he justified spending so much money. Because like those C-notch kits are kind of high. I mean, am I wrong?
Nah, they're not high.
Oh, I thought they were pretty high. He said in the ad that he lowered it the correct way.
$200.
Oh, okay. I was like, well, I guess you didn't cut your springs, is what you mean by that. And I know a lot of people just lower a vehicle by cutting the springs, and it's like super dangerous.
Just get a flip kit.
Yeah.
Rear, lowering maybe spindles in the front with some shocks.
For sure. And, while we got a little bit of time left, I was wanting to kind of see what you've been getting into at the shop, trying to keep tabs on you, what you got going on.
Have I mentioned the L99 I'm building? I don't know.
That's what I was kind of hinting towards. I don't think you have.
Yeah, it was L99. It's been, this dude had some other shops like diagnosed a DOD issue, I think. I don't actually know what was wrong with it. It came in pieces, and I haven't really looked at the lifters or nothing. They're all intact, but I guess I had a DOD issue anyways, so just building his engine, got the block out, I beveled it, cleaned it, like really cleaned it. Took all the old plugs, any plugs in the engine are out, barbell, all the old galleys, anywhere I can clean, I'm cleaning, spraying compressed air.
I'm kind of
Trying to
curious.
get as dust and particulate free as I can.
I'm kind of curious. How many miles did that car have on it?
I don't know, but judging by the way the engine looked, it had quite a bit of carbon buildup, which, I mean, obviously you could tell, especially with the 4 pistons that came from cylinders with DOD, they were a lot more carbon, but
Yeah.
probably like over 100K at least.
Yeah, that was my question. Is how it looked compared to what miles it had. How you know?
But I'm telling you, I'm. You're not gonna believe this, but don't buy no purple power degreaser. Don't buy none of that. This stuff, just buy Dawn Power Wash, dude.
You say
Little spray
Dawn?
can. Yeah, Dawn Power Wash.
Okay.
Dude, it cleans aluminum and it doesn't, like purple power can cause aluminum to start having pitting and stuff because it breaks down the aluminum over time. This stuff doesn't. You can leave it on as long as you want. And it decreases better than like purple power, dude.
If it's
This
good
block
enough to
is
clean
so
ducts,
clean.
I mean,
You're gonna have to see it, dude. Like you saw it before.
I've actually found, I was cleaning my garage here recently, and I actually found like a whole gallon of aluminum polisher. If you want me to bring
Yeah.
that by.
Nah, I bought some.
Oh, okay.
You can't use that on like Craig's or nothing. It's gotta be a specialized compound.
Oh, I got you. Are
I bought some basic one to try, but nah, it don't work.
does the guy want his block painted while you got it out? That'd be kind of neat.
Nah, it's aluminum block. Most people just leave them bare.
Ah,
They don't rust or nothing. So
yeah, but still, it does kind of pop.
yeah, I mean, I'm painting mine.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. What color did you decide to
Yeah.
paint yours?
I still haven't bought it, so it could change.
I thought you were kind of leaning towards like purple.
Man, I really want to do that, but I don't think I'm gonna. Because I'd have to change my interior and my brakes.
Oh man, that would look so cool. They would do like the Joker theme, like purple, like lime
I was
green
like white
head.
with purple.
Oh yeah, that would look really cool. Yeah,
But
just,
I'm probably gonna do white on the block. Is my thought right now.
you crazy. You're gonna see. You're gonna have to keep that thing clean.
That's fine. It's not gonna be like I don't know. I say I won't daily it, but I probably will.
You definitely will.
I'll just daily my car. It's my daily dog.
Makes
Oh,
you happy.
reliable.
I can't wait to get mine fixed. I've been missing
It
it
needs
so
some
bad.
valve springs soon, dude. I'm about 60K on them.
Golly. At least you don't have those trunnion issues anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I got, I may not have lifter noise. It might be this fucking exhaust leak that's just awful, but that's getting fixed here soon.
I've never heard a bad exhaust leak as Bradley's the other day. That sounded abysmal.
Oh, that's like every Hemi ever.
God, that thing sounded horrible.
Dude, mine is just annoying to hear every day, honestly.
Hemis just can't win between the lifter tick, the exhaust leaks. It's just, whoa. I don't see how they still make them things.
And they're all iron blocks.
Yeah.
For like the Hellcat. So, like rust. Unless I'm wrong, like maybe the 6.4 isn't, but I know like all the 5.7s are.
Yeah.
That's why they're boats.
That's why they're
weight.
boats. Well, I kind of wanted to keep it short and sweet for the cars topic. We've got kind of a big, segment coming up after the break. We've got Logan hitting us with that Halo tier list as you heard in the intro. So with that being said, let's get right into the break and then into that. So we have Logan with us today. If you missed the introduction to Logan, you're going to want to go back and re-watch our In Real Life episode with Logan featuring some Camp Curry stories. That was a really good episode. So if you haven't, go watch that first and then come back to this one because we have back with us again, Logan.
Howdy ho.
Oh, Logan, how have you been since the last podcast, back during the summer?
I've been doing good. Just been working all the time. Just sitting at the house playing a lot of video games and not doing shit.
Hey, that's it. So I wanted to reach out to you because you're kind of my Halo expert. Me and you, we've been playing Halo since like way back. That was one of the first games that me and you like kind of started playing together back in like the Halo Reach days. I think me and you might have even played 3 before.
Halo 3 is like was my first like Xbox 360 game.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I feel like that was a lot of people were like that.
I didn't even have a hard drive for it. I didn't even have a hard drive, so I couldn't even save my game. So I just played it over and over and over again.
Yeah, that's funny. So we have in front of us a tier list. It's kind of difficult to do Halo tier lists because, like, let's be honest, they are just all so phenomenal. But it does give us a chance to kind of sit down and talk about them chronologically, take our time, and really go over the details and specifics of each Halo game. And we might eventually revisit the topic in more depth, but This is just kind of to scratch the layer and get a little deep on the Halo side of things. So we're starting with Halo Combat Evolve, which I guess I know at least for our area, a lot of people actually played it at school on the school computers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
But for the OGs, we were on the Xbox, OG Xbox, playing. I did split screen with my adopted brothers. Man, those are the days right there.
Yeah. I never did play split screen though. I always played multiplayer. I started on Halo 3.
Yeah,
I remember I was such a noob, dude. It was like my first time. Man, I was bad.
I didn't play Combat Evolve until like the Master Chief Collection came out.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
I never got around to it, and I've been meaning to play it. And as soon as Master Chief came out, I sat down and I played every single one of them.
Don't you find it funny that the game was so polished and awesome from the start? Like Halo 1 to this day, they carried over almost every single gun from the original Halo. I mean, you got your assault, your AR, you've got your Magnum, your energy sword. It's like all those guns from the classic Halo are still used in Halo today. That's just crazy. That just goes to show you how good Halo is. They just knocked it out of the park. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think a lot of developers can kind of take note of that concept nowadays as they get farther on their roots.
I think the assault rifle was like out of all of them, the assault rifle is probably still to this day my favorite weapon.
Yeah, and it's probably one of the best too, because if you were accurate, I mean, you were messing people up.
Oh yeah,
that's the same thing with the battle rifle. It's just easier to control because it's single fire. So I mean, with that being said, Halo 1, it is the roots. I don't remember its campaign specifically. I definitely remember 2's, but 1 I don't really remember that well. I don't know if it was that memorable or not. I might be stepping on some purist toes there, but what do you guys think?
I can't remember it either.
I can only remember like bits and parts of it because I remember like I go on YouTube and I just look up like Halo stuff, and I seen that there's a cutscene in the game where you're coming onto the whatever island it is, I can't remember, but it has like Motley Crue playing in the background. It was really cool.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I know. I just remember the opening scene where it has you like go through all the movement because you're a Spartan that got cryogenically frozen or whatever. That's about the only thing I remember from that game. But I mean, Blood Gulch kind of does it in for me. That was such a phenomenal map, but it's implemented in a lot of the Halo games. So I mean, yes, it does plant the roots for an amazing game, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't think it's S tier necessarily because after seeing what these other Halo games have to offer, I don't want to knock it for not planting the roots, but at the same time, it doesn't really offer as much as the Halo games that we will see to come on down the line.
I think it would be either. It's definitely most likely be an A tier for sure.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, if you compare I'm not much on the graphical. Oh, yeah, I would say graphicals, but I don't care for graphics. If a game has terrible graphics, I still play it as long as it has a good story.
Castle Miner Z.
Yeah, I played the shit out of Castle Miner Z, and that game looked awful. But man, you just can't. That's like the original story, and you can't beat the original story. The original story was so good.
Yeah.
I would say A tier. I never played the multiplayer, so I don't know how the multiplayer would have been.
It's pretty fun, like just from when I played in high school, LAN.
Yeah, and you can't forget old Red versus Blue. It originated from Halo 1.
I was going to mention something about that. That's where Red versus Blue originated from.
Like as soon as I see these style of graphics, like the old like kind of plastic looking, it just immediately takes me back to those days of watching it and those Red versus Blue.
Then like in the Master Chief Collection where they remastered it or revamped it or whatever you call it nowadays, because they got like 9 different names for it, but like they made it look, it was so beautiful.
Yeah,
it was such a beautiful game. It felt so nice to play it.
Yeah. Halo 2, we had immediately when I think of Halo 2, I think of the iconic scene at the end whenever you're just driving through that like braking highway and all that with the Warthog. That's probably the most iconic scene in my mind of the Halo franchise. It's just God, it's like that feeling of I got to get out of here, and that on like the I can't remember what that hardest difficulty was called, but man, it was like you had to be on it.
What was it called, man? I did it on Halo Reach. It was like everyone was like, "You got to do it."
Yeah, I don't remember, but man, I think maybe it was Legendary, but it was so hard, man. Like, but
Oh yeah,
Introduction of the SMGs and the battle rifle.
and dual wielding.
Yeah, and dual wield.
yeah, I started to see some new
I love
mechanics.
dual wielding. I love
Brutes.
dual wielding.
Was it the introduction of Brutes too, or was that Halo 3? I thought it was Halo 2.
No, I think it was Halo 2. I want to say Halo 2.
That's what I'm wanting to say.
Yeah, it was Halo 2 because you remember in the campaign, it was that's the best thing about Halo 2 because it had two separate campaigns that were just equally as good. You had the Master Chief, and then you had Arbiter. And then you do missions for high charity and shit, and that's where you see all the brutes kind of like try to take over, I guess.
Yeah.
That was a very cool, like, different thing that Halo did. Halo might have been the first.
And you saw the flood in Halo 2.
I can't remember the flood.
Maybe.
The hive mind.
Oh yeah, where you get taken underwater.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. And like going like back to like the Master Chief collection, man, they did an awesome job like detailing everything about that game. Like to this day, I go back on YouTube and I just rewatch the cutscenes.
Yeah,
they're good.
Halo 2, I want to put it with 1. It did do a lot of stuff different and in the right direction. I would put it over Halo 1, but I don't think we're quite to S tier yet on this list.
I would say A tier because it was like I said, I don't think I've ever played the multiplayer on Halo 2 either because I think at the time I didn't have internet, so.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think I was
like
the
during
same
that
way.
time. At that time, I didn't have the internet when that game came out.
Still
So
playing.
I had to go over to a buddy's house and we just played split screen all the time.
Yeah, that's where I was at, definitely. So Halo 3, I think, was that the first time that we saw Master Chief die? You know, spoiler alert on a like super old game, but.
Oh yeah, dude. I like when I played Halo 3 for the first time, I thought he was killed.
I thought that's what they. I thought that's what happened was he died inside that one or whatever.
That's what I thought. I was like, man, that was for that being my first game.
They, like, make it seem like he died.
Yeah, doesn't Halo 3 end in the way where like you have to survive like a battle zone and it's like no matter what you do you're gonna die?
No, that's Reach.
No, that's Reach.
Okay.
And on 3, the last mission is like you're escaping, you're blowing up the ring like a Halo.
Yeah.
And you're driving your Warthog and everything's breaking apart. Then you had to jump the soundtrack to that game was amazing.
Yeah.
That was like top tier.
I know you're a sucker for soundtracks on games.
I am, dude. Like if it
deserves it.
It did, dude. Like, and then you had to jump this like gigantic goalie into like one of the ships. Then you shoot off into space and everything blows up and ended up breaking apart or whatever. Like, I gotta go back and play it again, man. I miss that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall very much from Halo 3. I probably just did one playthrough.
Multiplayer was the best on it.
Oh, yeah, dude. Halo 3's multiplayer was top tier.
Yeah, especially, like, it was so active. It was better than Modern Warfare 2, in my opinion.
For a while, they kept the servers going.
Wow.
They finally shut them down. It was, like, maybe a couple months ago.
Wow, that's incredible.
Maybe. It was either couple months ago or like a year or two ago.
That game had to have been made in like 2009 or something. That game's been out a really long time.
And like, I like the way that they designed the flood in that game.
The flood creeps me out.
Yeah, like when you're playing that, when that game come out? Like 2000 what?
I want to say 9, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, it's like early 10s or 9.
When you're like 2000, you're 9 years old, and you're playing that mission, where you go.
Oh yeah, that scared my eyes.
Got flood ship or whatever. It was scary.
Yeah,
that was scary as hell.
That's the one I was thinking of.
It was like 2007, actually.
Oh shit! it was like the most nerve-wracking like mission I have ever done.
Like the
I
flood
agree.
literally looked like a, you look under a microscope and see bacteria, but that's what it looked like, but you sized.
It's
And
just
it was
pretty
and
cool.
like there was, and I like the different variants they did. Like you had
Yeah.
the brute flood, then you had the elite flood,
Yeah.
then you had all the old low, whatever you call them, little popcorn motherfuckers.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not really going to dictate very much where Halo 3 goes. I don't remember enough about it to put it somewhere, but I'll kind of let you guys go crazy on where you want to
Oh,
put
S
Halo 3.
tier,
S
dog.
tier, definitely.
I kind of saw that one coming.
As the Halo.
Speaking of another game that I can't say anything about, I never played Halo 3
I never did
ODST.
either.
I know Logan did for sure.
I loved ODST. That so like to this day, that's like my besides like Reach is number one. Halo ODST is my second because that was the best. Like because you're not superhuman. You're just like an ordinary soldier.
Oh, I love that.
And then like in the introduction to firefight from like say well, you know how Reach had
Yeah.
firefight.
Yeah.
That the Halo 3 ODST did firefight first. It was amazing. You had like night vision. Well, you had night vision in Reach. I can't really say anything about that, but dude, in the soundtrack, like I have like half their songs downloaded on my phone because it's so amazing. And then, like I remember when that game came out, I watched the trailer, the live action trailer. I was
Yeah.
so hyped for that because it looked really good.
That's what I liked about Bungie is they actually dedicated themselves to the cliffhanger of Master Chief being dead by releasing the next 2 games without Master Chief. It's just like that is dedication right there to a franchise.
That
like,
is.
They
Yeah,
really want you to believe that he's gone.
Now that's how like say you want to try to kill off a character, but in reality you kind of want to bring him back because you know he is the main image of Halo. Like you can't go Halo without Master Chief.
Right.
But that's how like you do a franchise. Like I would say franchise because like okay he supposedly is dead. Let's make the next 2 games without him and see how they go. And they did. In my honest opinion, not a lot of people like Halo 3 ODST because you're not Master Chief. I like it because you're not Master Chief. You're a regular soldier that gets like you dropping in, then everything blows up, and you gotta go find your team.
I think that's what set apart Call of Duty is like you aren't some super soldier. Like a lot of people don't really like the whole specialist stuff, and I kind of understand that from that standpoint. I don't want to be some super soldier, I just want to be a grunt like everybody else on the team,
That's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
Because like no one like hey yeah it's cool to make you feel like you're like that like you can kill the entire world and or you can just flake it off you. It's nice to feel like that, but when you actually have to struggle and like actually kind of fight, it's way funner, man.
Yeah.
Then like they like half the missions were like all the missions in that game were really good. Fuck.
So I guess that's you putting ODST and S tier. I would definitely say that.
I would put it in S tier because I love that game. That was like because I used to go over to one of my buddy's house and man, we used to play Firefight to like almost like from 5 o'clock in the afternoon till freaking 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my god. Well,
Good old days.
Firefight for sure is the first thing that comes to mind when I talk about Reach, because I thought that was this original start of Firefight, but man, Reach did it like crazy, man, with Forge mode. It's like and cut like the whole community tab where you could get like maps made by other people.
Yeah.
God, man, it was just like what were they thinking? They were like just light years
I think
ahead.
They had that in 3 as well, didn't they? They didn't have Forge, but like.
What, in
No,
3?
am I crazy? I thought they had
3 might have
something
had
like that.
custom maps, maybe.
I thought you could do custom
Yeah.
games in 3. I
'Cause,
remember
like,
doing some stuff. I thought.
Yeah, but you couldn't go crazy with like the Forge stuff. That was only Reach at this point.
Reach was like the best, man. I used to play all the custom games.
I mean,
Yeah.
Man,
Indiana Jones, like,
Speed Halo, Hot Pursuit,
oh yeah,
Jump Rope,
Cops and Robbers.
Fat Kid, Duck Hunt. Man, I just go on and on and on.
I still have.
Teacher, Zombie Town.
Zombie Town, yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Teacher. That was wild.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
Teacher.
That was the funnest
I
one.
forgot about that one. Yeah, people would literally make a map that was a whole school. That was so cool.
Oh my god, dude, that was so fun. And like that's how like I met like a lot of people out there in the world because I just like I go into a matchmaking. I'll just play a game and I'm talking to these dudes and they're like, "Hey man, we're getting a bunch of people to play custom games for a little bit. You want to come join?" Yeah, man. And you just meet all kinds of different people.
Yeah, I'd do that.
I'm
Like,
telling you.
I ended up becoming really good friends with a guy from California. Like this, I have no idea who this dude is.
Was
Like,
that ODST?
yeah,
Yeah, I thought so.
he was really cool. He was a really cool kid, and I used to play the hell out of Halo with him, man. And matchmaking was so much fun because you had SWAT, Big Team Battle, Invasion, Infection, which was like my favorite.
The best infection probably was on Halo Reach, hands down. 4 was close second, but Reach was so good.
Big Team Battle was my game mode.
Oh yeah,
I
Big Team
love
Battle.
Big Team Battle. I love Big Team Battle.
After seeing
and then
how
the campaign Reach too.
Oh yeah, man, that was God. It's so good. I was gonna
Go
say
ahead.
after seeing like how toxic like Call of Duty's like a whole like the game chat like it's so like it's fun, but you know it is super toxic and not healthy. But like after if you compare Call of Duty or like any game to Halo's community, it's like night and day. Just like Halo guys, there's so much camaraderie. There's like hardly any like super negative. Like I just feel like the Halo community is a different like breed of gamer.
The Halo community is like the best because that's like there's just something about it, man.
Just brings out the best of us.
Yeah, dude, and like it just you just meet all kinds of cool people playing that game because they just get on there to play. They're not like screaming at you for doing one thing wrong.
Yeah.
They're screaming at you because they're trying to either help you or everything's just going completely wrong in all directions.
Yeah.
And like you can tell in their voice that they're having fun.
Oh yeah. I mean, do you remember the Warthog tracks? Remember I had that one that like literally nobody could beat. I think Jordan might have even been on that one.
You had that.
think
That was like that was a really fun racetrack. It was really fun.
I used these one pieces that were literally the width of the mongoose. So if you like made one little wrong turn, you were flipping off the map, no problem. It was too good.
And the campaign was like phenomenal.
Yeah,
Like till this day, I don't think any other Halo has beat Reach's campaign. That's my opinion.
I agree.
Especially a campaign that doesn't incorporate Master Chief. Like that's
No, because they put you as this character. They're like, okay, you're a nobody. You're just a recruit to this squad, and you get attached to these people. It's like, oh man, I really like this dude. This dude's really cool. Then like later on in the campaign, boom, shot in the head, or boom, stab, or boom, blows up.
Yeah, it really
It's
shows.
kind of crazy how it doesn't have Master Chief, and it's probably regarded as the best Halo.
Yeah,
It just goes to show how well they are at telling a story. Like that's how good they are at making a game's story really well.
Yeah.
I mean, some games are carried by their main character. I mean, this just goes to show that, you know, you don't have to have the main character to tell a good story.
no, I mean, like, did you guys ever do that Easter egg at the end of the last mission where you can actually see Master Chief?
Yeah.
I heard about it.
And
Dude.
he's in the Pelican, right? Or
Yeah. No, he was in the, like, as soon as the Pelican lands on the Pillar of Autumn, like, you have to hit a button and, like, use your analog stick. It would zoom over to, like, Master Chief in the cryo chamber.
Oh, wow.
that's right.
Then, like, I remember when I was a kid, like, I was, like, when I got really into Halo, and I was trying to, like, piece together, like, the entire story. And, like, for the life of me, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. If he's here, then how is he over here?
Huh.
Then, like, because I didn't know it was pretty much a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess that goes without showing that Halo Reach is definitely like S+. Like, it's probably going to be the
That's
best.
That's not even on S there. That's, like,
Yeah, like S+.
quadruple S.
Yeah, it don't get any better than Halo Reach.
You can't, like, dude, like, Halo Reach was a shit back in the day.
I don't know anybody that would say Halo Reach is not the best, because it just is. We all know it as Halo players.
I got one person. I got one person for that. My dad. My dad hates Halo. He doesn't like it.
Oh my god.
I tried to like, hey dad, come on. I was like, 14, like 13 at the time. I was like, "Hey, Dad, you want to play Halo with me or something like that?" He goes, "No, dude, I don't want to play that stupid game. It looks stupid as crap. Doesn't make any sense."
Halo 4, we saw Master Chief come back. Man, it just maybe you guys could just talk a little bit about Halo 4 and it'll kind of jog my memory because I'm not really.
The story was kind of crazy for me.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to. It was really hard to follow. To be honest
I
with you.
agree. The Forerunners are like cool, but like
They're annoying as crap.
yeah,
Like,
I don't know. Multiplayer, I didn't play a whole lot, but I did enjoy it.
The multiplayer was kind of mediocre-ish. I would say, kind of just like because it wasn't
play
as
it long.
good. Yeah, 'cause I didn't play it long. I played it for a good while, but like it just after a while, it wasn't that good. It's not like Halo 3's multiplayer or Halo Reach's multiplayer. It wasn't that good. I will say the assault rifle was really good in that game.
Yes.
For some odd reason, that assault rifle was top tier in that game.
SWAT felt pretty competitive on Halo 4, I thought.
Oh, it was on Reach too. I remember playing it on Reach a lot.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I know 4's Infected was pretty good. It wasn't Reach good, but it still was pretty good compared to what we're seeing today.
Good. Yeah, it was. I liked it. I didn't care for it, but I liked it. But I like the idea that like you're actually transformed into like was it 4 or 5 where you actually were transformed into like an infected looking person.
That's 4, yeah.
Yeah,
I remember all the
That's
crazy
wild
sound
looking.
effects whenever you would die. It just like sounded like a pig getting stabbed.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
What about the armor customization? Did
Oh,
you guys like that?
That was neat. Yeah,
Really hard to get shit though.
It was.
yeah, you really had to grind to get pieces of armor, which kind of sucked. But I did like the customization; it was nice. But I think Reach also had color customization at least.
Reach had like the best customization out of to be honest with you, out of every one of them.
I remember I wanted that Evo or Eva helmet so bad, and I finally got it. I'm like, yes.
Then I think it's just how they introduced like the new, I guess you call them Spartan 4s. I mean they're cool, but you can't beat a Spartan 2, and it's like a Spartan 2 or a Spartan 3. You can't beat them, but like. In that one cutscene with that one lady Spartan, like you see Master Chief towering over. He's like 9 feet tall or something like that.
I don't
just built different.
I mean, what do you guys want to put it in B tier? I mean, I just don't really seem that high.
To be honest with you, that's like a C tier for me. Like me personally, I didn't like the campaign. I didn't like
probably the worst one, honestly. I don't know. I didn't play Halo Wars 2 that much. I played the beta, but
I played them all.
Yeah,
I've played all others.
So I'm probably gonna need your
Oh, sorry. I said I even played the Spartan Assault thing they came out with. It was like a side thing they did.
Yeah, I saw that.
Isn't that like?
It was like a mobile game.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think I'm thinking of the same thing.
I'm probably going to need your guys' help with the rest of them other than Infinite because I never played Guardians. I don't know why, but I just I don't know. I think I was too attached to Reach, and I was like, man, I don't know. I'm not ready for this.
I will say this, you ain't missing anything.
It was a bit confusing because I know like the whole thing with Cortana gets infected or whatever, and she's a virus. I don't. It just seemed like way too much to follow. I just wasn't ready for it.
See, in Halo 4, spoilers, and at the end of Halo 4, they pretty much try to kill off Cortana.
Yeah.
Okay, then but in Halo 5, for some odd reason, she's back for God's know what reason, and like Master Chief goes AWOL, and you have this other side group of Spartans trying to hunt him down, and he's over here, Master Chief's over here doing his own thing with his team, and it was confusing. It wasn't good. I hated the multiplayer. I thought the multiplayer was like the worst thing ever.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you could zoom in with weapons and stuff. It was wild.
Oh, you could ADS?
Yeah.
That's strange. Yeah, they missed the mark with that one.
I didn't really care for Halo 5 just because I couldn't follow the story that good, and I thought it was stupid.
Yeah. I'm hearing D tier for sure.
I did like how they did like at the end of the Halo 5 they did bring back the Arbor, but you don't see him in any later games. So I mean, it was kind of pointless. Like they brought up
Yeah.
all this, they got all this hype for this one character that I enjoyed ever since the second one, just for him just not to come back at all.
Yeah, that is kind of like leaving you wanting more. I can understand that for sure.
And for some odd reason, like Dr. Halsey's a terrorist or something.
Okay.
I guess I don't know how, but she is.
So I mean, Halo 5, we got it D tier, C tier. What are you thinking?
Halo 5 is a D tier for me. To be honest with you, if there was an F tier, I put it as F tier.
Yeah.
I did not like that game. I thought it was the worst.
Okay, so we got Halo Infinite, the current Halo. I mean, I do like it, but man, they did me dirty on the flood, or not flood, but the infected mode. I do not care for at all.
Yeah.
No, they did. The infected mode was kind of. I was excited for it. I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
They finally bring an infected mode. That's cool. Finally. You should have released it at first, but oh well, it's cool.
Yeah, but it's just the way
wasn't good.
the way it plays. It's just like it's so fast paced, and it's like the whole like having limited ammo. It's just not classic infected.
And-
I hate that.
And the maps are super small for
Yeah.
some odd reason.
Like
It's not fun.
everybody just ends up camping in one spot, and it's just like that is the way the original Halo was. But it's just like I don't know. It just feels icky.
Well-
I don't like it.
Because like in Halo Reach, the infected modes, the map are big.
Made for it.
Big enough for you to run away.
Yeah.
And in Infinite, they're too small. It's like you turn a corner and they're all
Small
right there.
hallways and shit. Like,
Yeah.
There's not room.
And like there's a lot of choke points for people just to hide in. There's only one way you can get in, and that's I didn't like it. After that, I never played it. I
Yeah.
will play the big team battle though. I did like that.
Yeah, the big team battle was fun. I'll agree with that. I haven't played much multiplayer, but I didn't really note anything that I disliked necessarily. I thought they did it pretty good for a modern game. We see a lot of these creators kind of doing their audience dirty with how they're making their games nowadays. But Infinite seemed like they kind of held that bar. Have you played the campaign yet?
Oh, dude,
I haven't.
the campaign was actually probably the best feature. That's why this is why I would say this is probably either an A tier or a B. It's not S tier. It is not. It does have a really good story, but like it's really good because in the story you get a different AI that's kind of like Cortana.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yeah, I know that.
and then you got to fight the Banished, which was like the main antagonist in Halo Wars 2.
Yeah.
But it was really good, and they went into remember like the armor abilities in Reach.
Yeah.
They brought them back,
Okay.
like in Reach, but like instead of like armor lock or sprint,
Yeah, jetpack.
you got jetpack. You get a grappling hook,
Oh, okay.
and dude, after you use the grappling hook, you don't want to use any other armor ability because with the grappling hook you can grab guns, you can grab enemies, you can
Oh, wow.
pretty much you can swing your way through the map pretty much.
Sounds like the dang jetpack was on Halo Reach, because after I got the jetpack, I'm like, why would I walk?
And the best thing about it too, they also implemented like a free roam kind of style too.
Okay, I like that.
Honestly, it was a really good idea because it was fun to swing around and just go kill stuff.
Yeah.
And like you had bounty targets. It was like if you go kill this like high ranking banished person, you get
It's
this.
like chilling on a destination on like Destiny almost.
Yeah. It was really fun. But like to be honest with you, I kind of wish they did the multiplayer better. That's the only downside of that game is the multiplayer and the Forge mode.
Yeah.
I
Which
was
I think that kind of shows.
I got really excited for Forge mode because my favorite vehicle of all the Halos is either the Falcon, the Warthog, or the Pelican. That you can still not drive a freaking Pelican after
Oh my God.
4 games. You cannot drive a Pelican.
I don't know what's with these developers and releasing games that like are missing key features. Like Halo Reach came out with Firefight, Forge mode, Infected, and here's Infinite. Releasing all this stuff after they've done release. It just like I'm like, why don't y'all sit on the game an extra year and finish it? I just don't understand.
And also the microtransactions. I do not like microtransactions. I don't want to it doesn't improve make you don't pay to win. It's pretty much pay for cosmetics.
Yeah.
Cosmetics is like Halo's ever since Reach cosmetics is to me that's their biggest feature, cuz I want to make my guy look cool as crap. I want to make him look like he's the best. But the way after they released the Reach pack or pass, whatever it's called. I bought that day one. I bought the entire one, all through 100 day one, so because that's all the Reach armor. And then until this day, they're still releasing Reach armor that you can't get because it's vaulted and you can't get it because it came out during season 1. It made me so angry that I kind of don't want to play that game no more.
Yeah, I can understand that. I do understand the microtransactions. They want you to make them because the game's free. But at the same time, I think they should make it to where you can earn all the armor, like in Halo Reach.
Yeah, you had credits, where you buy the armor with credits from playing multiplayer.
Even if it is a bit of a grind, it still gives you that opportunity to get it. You put in that time.
Because I remember the mythic Halo, not Halo. Armor effects was the flaming skull.
Oh man, yeah, I forgot about that.
That was 10 million credits, and you had to grind.
Or the voice to change your voice and stuff like that. There's some crazy voice lines on there.
Yeah,
I will say this: they did a really good job implementing the Reach customization. I did like that. It was really neat. It was really nice, but they should have just released all the armor at once and make you try to grind your way to get what armor you want.
Right. Yeah. There's some developers starting to implement that where you can earn stuff that also costs money. I don't think enough AAA games are doing that, but it's nice to see that the indie game guys are kind of catching on to that. Maybe we might see it start to bleed into the main market, but I don't know. They get pretty greedy, these AAA titles.
You can customize your Warthogs. You can all the vehicles. You can customize your guns. You can put different kind of attachments or style. It doesn't improve your gun at all. It just makes it look neater, I guess.
Yeah. So, I mean, where are you going to put Halo Infinite at? Because I don't see it being S tier, but just because it does have those cool features, but they didn't come out at launch and they're not very they're not S tier for sure.
No, if it was S tier, they would release everything I could just dropped kind of about.
Here's my thought. I would play Halo 2 over Infinite, so I would say B tier.
I would say B tier.
Yeah, I like that consensus for sure.
It's mid, I'm not gonna hate it.
I mean, it was good. The campaign was actually really good. It was a really nice campaign. But the downside is the multiplayer.
That'd probably be the only reason I would hop on is to check out that the single player campaign.
Oh, dude, you love it. When it came out, I played that for hours because I just wanted to. The one thing cool about it too is you find these caches or whatever in the story, and it gives you an armor or something, and for multiplayer.
Dang, okay. So that's kind of like Battlefield then. You do certain things in the Battlefield 4 story, and you get to carry those to multiplayer. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it was really cool.
It rewards you for playing the single player experience. I like that. So these are two games that I've never played before, but I know you two played together for sure. We got the Halo Wars 1 and 2, but we'll do one first. Y'all just get after
one
it.
is the OG. I can't tell you how much time I've put in that.
Dude, I remember when the demo came out, and I played the demo nonstop.
It was so fun, dude.
Dude, it was so fun. It was a nice feeling. It was a strategy game. It was a nice feeling strategy game.
It was. It felt better than League of Legends almost.
Oh my god.
Because you had a micromanage your base, and you had a place where you want your troops. You had to organize how you're going to attack.
Yeah.
Man,
multiplayer was hard, man. It was competitive.
Oh yeah. It was really competitive.
And I remember you could get your like Spartans leveled up to like 3-star. That was so cool.
And like half the time, to be honest with you, half the time I just
3-star
played.
Arbiter, that would make me so
Oh yeah,
mad. The Chieftain, I always got the Chieftain up to like 2 or 3-star every time.
How long would a
and that
match
game,
usually last on Halo Wars? Would it like last like a long
Oh,
time?
like 30 minutes, 45
Oh
minutes
dang.
maybe.
yeah, it wasn't long, but like long enough. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like, they could last a while if y'all were.
And, like if you're fighting, it will last a very long while. And like say if like both are like really good players, it would go on for a while. Because like you had choke points like there's this one map where like if you put your troops up in this little guard tower, it blocks off that section of the map.
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah, you had to kill the people in the tower, but it was really hard to kill people in the tower when those people in the tower like
They have more health,
Three-
pretty much.
yeah were like they're 3 stars or something like that.
That
Yeah, it's like impossible then.
I feel like I missed out on a big game on Halo Wars. It sounds like something that would be really fun.
You did. The campaign was kind of cool too. I
Yeah, oh,
think.
yeah,
Oh, I thought it was just a multiplayer. I didn't know it was actual like
yeah. It even had a
Full game.
campaign to it.
wow.
It has Spartans in it and
Yeah,
all kinds, Dr. Halsey.
she's in that. I don't
Is
remember her being.
it not Halsey? Yeah, Captain.
Cutter.
God, I can't remember the name. Captain Cutter.
Yeah, and the best thing
What's
about
the
it,
guy with the ODST?
I think that's Captain Cutter.
Oh, okay, what's the guy with the tanks? And I can't remember his name.
Oh, Forge.
Yep, Forge, and then
Oh yeah,
the
dude. And
Valkyrie. What was the Valkyrie woman?
she was a scientist lady. I don't know. Scientist lady, I guess.
I'm gonna look it up.
But like in Halo Wars, you get to see vehicles that you never would have seen in like the main games. It was amazing. The Grizzly tank, which was like a twin barrel Scorpion. You had a Valkyrie, which was like an attack version of the Falcon. The Vulture, which is like a bigger Pelican.
Yeah, I remember
really
the Falcon.
cool.
That was really cool. It was just
Dude,
a
I
single
remember
seater.
the Prophet of Regret. Dude, that thing would make me so mad when it was leveled up because the special attack it had was so powerful, dude.
It was like those beam cannons that come down from the spaceships.
It was like what they did on Reach.
Yeah, and it like in that attack did so much damage. But like in that game, you could play as a Covenant. You get to use like Covenant like troops and stuff, like grunts, elites, brutes.
That's cool.
It was really neat.
Where does Halo Wars stack on this list for you guys?
I want to say an
mean,
A tier. I want to say A tier for me.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I want to say A tier.
So it was Professor Ellen Anders was the
Oh,
one.
Anders. That makes more sense.
So
He had 3 Spartans, Alice 130, Douglas 042, and Jerome.
Jerome, best Spartan.
how is Halo Wars 2 different from Halo Wars 1?
Well, in Halo Wars 1 is it was the UNSC versus the Covenant. In Halo Wars 2, it's the UNSC versus the Banished.
Okay.
So the Banished was led by like a brute who is like defied the orders of the Covenant, I guess, and now he's pretty much like a mercenary.
Huh. Okay.
He was really cool. His name's like Atriox.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, I've heard of that.
But I mean, they introduced him in Halo 5. I'm not Halo 5, Halo Infinite. But like, I think Halo Wars 2 came out. Halo Wars 2 came out before Halo Infinite.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, because Halo Infinite just came out like last year or year before last. Halo Wars 2 came out.
2 came out early, like 2019, 2020.
Yeah, I don't know.
Somewhere around that range.
But yeah, I mean, was it better or worse than the first Halo Wars? Like, did they make any like super changing improvements?
From beta to Halo Wars, like Halo Wars 2 beta to Halo Wars, I preferred the original.
Me, yeah, I would say the original was probably the better one. I mean, it wasn't bad. The campaign was alright. I mean, I like the cutscenes in it.
The multiplayer didn't feel as good to me, you know?
No, the multiplayer seemed super competitive. Like, super. But I did like some of the vehicles they added in
Yeah,
there
they had
too.
some cool stuff on there.
Like you remember the I think it's called the Razorback or the Blitzback.
I don't even remember the names
Oh,
anymore.
didn't it have that
Well, it was,
giant blade on the front that spun?
oh, I can't remember what. No, I don't think it was that one. I can't remember what that one was.
I don't know what I'm thinking of.
But like this whatever I said it was like it looked like a tick. And like it had like it landed and it had shot missiles out the back. It was really cool looking.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like you guys don't hate it necessarily. Maybe in like the back of A tier. You know, I can't see you
It
guys.
looks, and looking on, just Googling it real quick, it looks like packs were a big thing, like selling packs.
Yeah, and then like they had there was some game mode they added that was different. I can't. What was that game mode called?
Yeah, it's really pay to win is what I'm seeing here too. Is that would make me mad.
I do not like pay to win.
No, that would make me mad for sure.
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, just like I said earlier, the cutscenes were just like super like well done and made it look like you was watching a movie. But they also like reintroduced the flood in this one too.
Did they? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was
The
like
flood
a.
in Halo Wars original was pretty cool too.
Oh yeah, you can still never play it as them, and that's what made me mad.
Yeah.
Because you know how cool it would have been to be able to play as the flood.
Yeah, I think I used to think that too. Why not? You know, like
That's a great. That
I mean,
that
to
would have
start
been a
out
great
as like
concept.
as a brute flood or a UNSC flood or something. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like you have, okay, so you have the UNSC or you have the say the Banished, then you have UNSC flood or Banished
Covenant.
flood. Yeah, or Covenant flood, and like all of them use different vehicles or something like that.
Yeah, I just can't put it above Halo Wars 1 though. Is
I,
all I could say.
I, man, I don't know, man. It's kind of hard right now because I want to. It was a decent game. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't really the best. I want to say C tier for this. That's where I would put it.
I'm pretty fine with that. I'd play Infinite over. But
Oh
I'd
yeah,
probably play
I
Halo Wars 2. Like it'd be a mix between Halo 4 and Halo Wars 2. I'd probably be down for either.
yeah. It depends on like how I would feel, really.
Yeah, I think the only thing differently I would change over this list is I would just put Reach like miles above everything else. It's just like there's just no better than that. Yeah, that is the gold standard. That I don't know. I don't even want them to try to recreate Reach. It's just like it's so
No,
nostalgic.
you can't like Reach was like for some odd reason Reach was like as far as I know Reach was everybody's favorite. Everybody loved
Yeah.
Reach. It was either Reach or Halo 3.
It's like Bad Company 2 or Battlefield 3. One of those two is everyone's favorite.
It just came out whenever like we were all young and able to play like so many hours. I just remember Logan coming over to my house, us playing Firefight. It's just like it's such a nostalgic time, and just like you can't recreate those memories because we're in different stages of our lives. I think it has a lot to do with
Yeah,
it.
like hell, I've gotten to the point now where it's kind of hard for me to stay up past like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, that's kind of me.
But like when I was a kid, man, I'd stay up for hours just playing.
Logan
Like
would be
playing
up in
Halo.
like the early AMs. Logan, I remember your dad you'd have to like be real quiet like at like 6 o'clock, 5 or 6 o'clock. Be like, my parents are waking up for work. I gotta be quiet for a little bit so they think I'm asleep. I was like, all
That
right.
was me on Call of Duty.
Logan would be like, my mom gonna come in here and whoop me if she knows I'm awake.
Yeah.
I used to be playing Gears of War a lot too, back when I played it.
Man, I stayed up for hours just playing this. Like I think it was either Reach or 3. No, it was probably Reach because that's when like I got Reach when I finally got my first Xbox Live account.
I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
too. You were like hustling for those 3-month memberships that they stuck in people's like games randomly. Logan would be like, "Hey, you got a 3-month pass." I remember a lot of people did that too.
Because like at the time, my parents could afford internet, but they couldn't really afford for me to have like Xbox Live, which was like a 3-month pass. I got a 3-month pass from my cousin, and I till this day I still remember my stupid gamer tag that I chose to be. It was X Desert X Eagle X.
Yeah, I thought it was
You-
Bulletstorm.
I changed it to Bulletstorm after I played the game Bulletstorm because I
Okay.
really loved that game. And then I was like, oh, cool, Bulletstorm. That sounds cool. Like when I first got my Xbox Live account, I had so many X's in my name. It was the perfect Xbox account.
Yeah, for real. I know that the random generated Xbox name was so like dumb, like or everybody's random name was so dumb.
Yeah, weren't you were like
Straw Crown.
King?
Straw
Straw
Crown. Like they did me dirty.
I didn't know you could. I can't remember when mine was generated, but like I just remember that like we paid that extra money just to get my first gamer tag or whatever. But like I was like, okay, I'm gonna change this, and I changed it to Bulletstorm.
That's so dumb too. Like you want to change your name, you gotta pay. Like what is that?
It was so dumb, but like
It's probably still like that now, or I think you can only change it every like 90 days or something. I think they changed that.
like for it now.
Yeah, because I think I was gonna change mine, and it was like you got to leave it the same for 90 days. I'm like, well, that's better than charging me money.
Yeah, better than charging me like
It was like
$5.
$10
Yeah,
or
it was
$5. I don't remember. I know it. It
It was
cost me anything. It was
expensive.
crazy.
It was expensive back in the day.
just to change your screen name.
Hey, because I think I like there for a while, like until I changed it over to like my name now, which is like Floppy Monkey. I remember like I used to have a Jolly Good Hitman.
Yeah,
I remember
like,
that.
the longest. That was like the longest one I've ever had.
yeah, I remember that. Well, Logan, it's been a treat having you on. You definitely have
It's
to
been a
come
it's
back
been a
on.
pleasure.
You've got
yeah.
you've got expertise on particular games that we are lacking, and that's what we need some days is a little bit extra expertise.
We gotta bring in the professional. It's like Pawn Stars.
Because like man, I grew up playing video games like all my life. I had a PlayStation 2 when I was like 9. And I grew up playing that, and because I used to have all the PlayStation 2 games. And when I got when I got 360, that's my introduction into like multiplayer. Then like playing those games, and I finally went to 1, and I finally went to PC. Man, it's just I played a lot of video games.
Yeah,
I don't get out much, as you can tell. I don't get out much.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I got something to kill my time,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
and I really enjoy it. I don't mean to be so critical about games. It's just like this is my opinion. How you could have made it better, but
Yeah,
it's whatever.
hey, I definitely agree. It's better than not.
Always
being-
criticism. It's not.
I wasn't expecting like Dead Island. I really love that game.
Oh my god, have you
Yeah.
played the second one yet?
No, I don't want to play
Okay.
the second one. I didn't like it.
I was gonna.
I watched some YouTuber play, and I was like, oh man, it doesn't look the same.
Yeah, if we ever talk about Dead Island, we might bring you on because I know me and you played one so much. I mean, me and Jordan's played one so much too. It's just like we got a lot of hours combined. I think it might be neat
We
if we
all got a lot of hours.
Yeah.
And all that.
It would be really cool if we could combine all our hours, and say, hey, this is how many hours we have on this game, and kind of introduce the episode with that. That would be fun. We might do that next time. That sounds like a good idea.
I remember I used to go around just singing the theme song to that song or that game. Just hoodoo you voodoo.
Yep.
Yes.
I mean, that's the
I used to
classic.
go around and sing that. My parents used to get so angry. 'Cause I'm like 13 and I'm screaming up like freaking cuss words and
Well-
One thing I always gotta say about Dead Island though is that why do the pistols suck against zombies?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
it's like that's a whole thing we could get into.
and the beach police will return.
To be continued.
We gotta get some like background video for that when we do it. We all got.
Dude, that was so fun. I don't know why we still do that, but it was just for that to be in that time. That was just so funny.
Yeah. Well, Logan, like I said, it's been a treat having you on. We will have to have you back on again. And with that being said, guys, let's throw it to a quick outro. Hey guys, if you enjoyed the episode, be sure to follow and rate the podcast. Make sure you turn on those notifications. We drop an episode every Friday morning. You're not going to want to miss next episode where we do a little bit of a collaboration, possibly with MCR Tuning again. With that being said, we'll catch you guys in the next one.